So we have seen the current associated with a rectangular loop for which an arm PQ is moving, and the resistance of this arm is small r, and resistance of rest loop is capital R, and capital R is very less in comparison to this moving arm. That's why even if this area is changing, all other resistance is negligible, hence the resistance of this loop will remain constant. So what we got? We got I is equal to epsilon upon R, and epsilon we previously got BLV, this is BLV upon R. Now force will try to stop this PQ arm from moving, that force is BIL, and when we put the value of I from here, so what we get? B square L square V upon R. Now what is the power? Power in this case, because the PQ arm will itself not want to move, but we are pushing that inside this or try to reduce this area. So power needed is FV, and when we calculated this power, it is B square L square V square upon R. So this is mechanical power. Now where is this power going? So this power is converting into electrical energy, or we sometimes say joule heating. Joule heating is I square R. So let us put the value of I, BLV upon R square into R. So it is B square L square V square upon R. Since both the energies per unit time or power, energy per unit time or work done per unit time, that is called power, are same. That's why we say this mechanical energy is converting into electrical energy or joule heating. Now further we saw this, that from Faraday's law, epsilon is equal to del phi upon delta t. Now this epsilon is equal to IR, I is equal to simply Q by T into R. So what we get? We get delta Q is equal to delta phi B upon R. Till this point we have already done, we are just revising. Now let us come to example 6.8. So what is this 6.8 example? So same type of condition, we have a loop, rectangular loop. Here is this, okay? Same rectangular kind of loop. This arm is PQ. So this is P, this point is P, this point is Q, this point is R, and this is S, and this arm is moving, okay? But what is different? This time this arm is not moving inside, this is not the case, it is moving outside. So only difference is this time this arm is moving outside. Now what are other differences? Length will remain same, this is same, and this is uniform magnetic field. Here we can see uniform magnetic field. Now if we see this magnetic field is coming out of plane of paper, because we are seeing a dot. So that means direction is coming out of the plane of the paper. So that we learn about dot or cross. Now where this arm, let me remove this. So we have given three position of this. So one position here where this arm is situated, that position is called x equal to 0, because when this PQ arm will come here, so we get x equal to 0. Now when this arm at the boundary of this magnetic field, this is a uniform magnetic field and this is the boundary of that, boundary is called x is equal to b. After that there is no magnetic field. Here you can see there is no magnetic field, there is no magnetic field. So still is this arm PQ is traveling, and it travels to up to 2b. That means double the distance of the magnetic field. So up to from here to here this distance is b, and it further reaches to this b. So total distance traveled by this arm 2b, and in magnetic field b. After that without magnetic field. So now let us read the question. What is the question? Refer to figure 6.12a, that means this figure. The arm PQ of the rectangular conductor is moved from x is equal to 0 outward. So what we are doing? We started from this point, x is equal to 0, and we are moving in this direction. The uniform magnetic field perpendicular to the plane. So here we see the magnetic field is uniform and perpendicular to this loop, to the plane, and extends from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to b. So magnetic field is uniform and only from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to b, and 0 for x greater than b. So here we can see there is no magnetic field in this region. Okay, so there is no magnetic field. Only the arm PQ possess substantial resistance. So that we have learned, the resistance of whole loop is very less. Only the resistance of this arm PQ is something that is meaningful. This is meaningful, rest resistance is not meaningful. So arm PQ have this resistance R. Consider the situation when arm PQ is pulled outwards. So we are pulling it outwards. Outwards from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 2b. So we are pulling it from here to here completely. From x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 2b. Then it is moved back to x is equal to. So when completely pulled, we are pushing it back. So this is a kind of oscillatory motion. Pulling it down and sending it back. Pulling it down and sending it back. With constant speed. What is the speed? Speed is v. Constant speed v. Obtain expression for flux. So we have to obtain expression for these quantity. Flux, induced EMF, the force necessary to pull the arm, and the power dissipated as joule heat. So these are the quantities that we need. So one important thing is, so first what we need flux phi b. Okay, what is the second thing? Induced EMF epsilon. Third thing is force. Fourth thing, power dissipated as joule heat. So we have to understand the normal power was P is equal to Fv. Okay, so this is mechanical power, but we are not going to solve for this power. What we are going to solve is joule heating, that means joule power. This is I square R. Okay, so we are going to solve for I square R, not Fv. And previously we have already seen this P is equal to Fv and joule heating both are equal. So we are going to solve for this one. We don't have to solve with this method. We have to solve it as written in this question. Now after that we have to sketch the variation of these quantities with distance. So this is very important questions and many times have come in your exams. So let me write this thing. This is a very important question. Very important. Okay, please do this question because it is very important for your understanding. Also it has come in your exams. So let us solve this question. So see this rectangular loop. So first thing, how the flux is associated. Let us consider the forward motion from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to b. So first it is moving from here to here. Okay, so now what is the flux linked with this circuit? SPQR. So SPQR. Okay, so first we need to see what is the flux link. So formula for flux is phi b is equal to b dot a. Since this area normal and this b both are parallel or anti-parallel, you can say parallel or anti-parallel. In both condition we get cos equal to 1 or minus 1. So let us say both area vectors and this magnetic field are in same direction. So in both cases we get cos equal to 0, that is equal to 1. Or even if we get cos 180 degree, that is equal to minus 1. So either 1 or minus 1, but flux will remain same, magnitude will remain same, only the direction will change, but we are mainly considering about magnitude here. Since cos theta, let us say we are taking the positive value, cos theta is cos 0. Now cos 0. So what we get? BA. Okay, BA. Now what happens here? So B is equal to B, this is magnetic field, this length is L that we have already seen, L, and this X is changing. Okay, X is changing. So this is flux. But there is one more thing. So flux is always associated with the magnetic field, but magnetic field is up to this point, X equal to B. So let me remove these things for figure. Suppose this arm is here. Okay, we pull it down here. So definitely previously magnetic flux was less, now there is more magnetic flux enclosed by this loop. Suppose after this I increase this position up to here, still the magnetic flux is constant. If I increase further, still the magnetic flux is constant. If I reached at this point, still the magnetic flux is constant. So initially up to point X, magnetic flux is increasing, and after that it becomes constant. So what we have, phi B is equal to BLX. Okay, from where to where? From X is equal to 0 to X is equal to B. So this is changing with X up to X equal to B. After that what will happen? Once this reach at this point, now even if you are increasing this distance up to which magnetic field is there, so that will remain constant, BLB, for Bx equal to B to 2B. Okay, see this once again, what I am trying to say. Till we are increasing this magnetic field, increasing the area in this magnetic field, so it is dependent on X. Phi B is equal to BLX from 0 to B, 0 to B. Now when we reached from at this point, even if we are increasing the area, number of magnetic field lines enclosed by this loop are not increasing, they are constant. They are constant up to this B, X equal to B. So this X will be changed by B. So flux is BLB, and this is from X equal to B to 2B.